Hi, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Books and Beaches. So I thought it would be fitting that this next video for Bookmas, coming out on a Tuesday, that I would do a tag video in honor of Tag Tuesday. I know like Lori at Books and Paper likes to do Tag Tuesday, and I found one that is the Bookish Christmas book tag, and it just has some really kind of, cute Christmas themed questions, and I thought, what a perfect opportunity to answer these in honor of Bookmas, and yeah, just have a little bit of fun this Christmas season. So I have the questions pulled up on my computer per usual, and let's just go ahead and jump and get started. So it does say that this tag was originally created by Callum MacLaughlin, so I will make sure to link that creator below and give them credit. But it looks like we have 11 questions and just some fun to be had. So question number 1, Father Christmas, name a book you received as a child that you treasure to this day. Now, I am actually going to combine this one with question number 2, which is The Ghost of Christmas Past. Is there a book or series you like to revisit each year at Christmas time? And so kind of combining these two, I actually have my copy right here, and this is The Night Before Christmas, and this is by Clement but this is the illustrated copy by Tom Patrick. And so this is a book that my mom would read to my brother and I every night on Christmas Eve. And so and it actually is like the pop-up version of the story, and I need to be very, very careful. But as I pull this, there we go. But it actually is like the pop-up version. Different pieces of this actually like move. And so my mom would read this to us every Christmas Eve. And when, gosh, this must have been like 2 years ago, she ended up finding a second copy. And so now I have one and my brother have one. My brother has one. And so not necessarily a book I received as a child, but as my mother's child, probably one of the most, heartfelt books that I will treasure and I will have, for the rest of my life. And if I would ever have children, or my dog children, if I ever get dogs, this will be a book that I have. And I do revisit this book, every Christmas Eve, even if it's just me, because that was tradition. So that is my answers for question number 1 and 2. Question number 3, Christmas tree. Name a series that reaches new heights with every entry. Oh gosh. So I am not a huge series reader. So I guess this one is, hard for me to answer. As I look at my shelves, a new series. I am going to cheat a little bit, because technically these aren't series per se, but more of like companion books, but I will go with like the Abby Jimenez series. I think these books, are fabulous, and though they're not series-ish, she has so many like Easter eggs and connected characters in her books, and I think they just get better and better, and most of these I rated either a 4 or 5. So like I said, my book tag, my rules, I am gonna go with all the different Abby Jimenez series. So there's that. All right, question number 4, friends and family. Name a book with fantastic characters. Well, all of Abby Jimenez's books have fantastic characters. I think in my most recent reading, experience, I would have to go with the group of characters from The Group Trip by Audrey Ingram. I just love the group of friends in that one because I think they're very realistic. And I said this when I read Happy Place by Emily Henry too. And not everybody agrees with me, but I think they are a very realistic group of friends. And so I just really liked them. So that's my answer for that one. Number 5, decorations. Name a book with a gorgeous cover you would proudly display on your shelves. Well, I mean, I display all of these on my shelves, but I mean, a gorgeous cover that I would probably display on my shelves. I mean, gosh, they're all wonderful. I mean, one, I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I do love this cover of The Great Alone by Chris and Hannah. Really pretty there. There are so many. Nobody's gonna be surprised when I grab this one. House in the Cerulean Sea. This one's gorgeous too. So, I mean, so many good books have great covers. Yeah, so there's that. All right, number 6, Christmas cards. Name a book that carries a great message. Ooh. I'm gonna look at some of my more recent ones. This is what happens when you film on the fly, people. I mean, you all know this. It's me, right? I guess, and you're gonna hear me talk a lot about this book this year, but I've got to go with The Women. I mean, this book is one of the more powerful books that I read this year, and for me, this book hit me with a message because it was a part of history that I didn't know a lot about, and just the way women were treated after Vietnam. And I guess to me, the message that we would take away from this is what we don't want to do to people after they come home from such a horrific experience. So I'm gonna go with that one. All right. After that, number 7, Ice and Snow. Name a book that you were hoping to love, but which ultimately left you feeling cold. The first one that comes to mind, and it's because I actually just heard Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand talk about this one, was the sequel to The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise. And now the actual name of it is escaping me, but obviously I'll have the cover here. For a sequel to a book that I loved so much, that sequel fell so flat this year. And I was so excited for it. And yeah, and I think Sarah felt the same way. It just was so disappointing. So that's going to be my choice in this one here. It just, I wanted to love it. I did. I was so excited to have Coyote back, and yeah, just fell flat. So, all right. Number 8, Christmas Lunch. Name a book that was big and intimidating, but oh so worth it in the end. Now, I am in the process of reading a really big and intimidating book. I am in the middle of, and oh gosh, why am I blanking on the actual book name? Oh man. I should know these things because I'm in the middle of reading this book. Sorry, All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. I believe I have like 32% left. I'm reading and listening because it's an intimidating book, especially for me. Like, for those of you that read a lot of fantasy, it might not be that intimidating to you, but it is intimidating for me. I think it's over 600 pages. But for all of my friends that did way better and have finished it before me, I've heard it was worth it. So I'm gonna go with that one. I'm really liking it. I just, with the writing as lyrical as it is, and with as long of a book as it is taking me a long time to get through it. So, but I have heard it is worth it. So there's that. All right, number 9, Minced Pies. Interesting. Name a book you found sweet and satisfying. Once again, I'm gonna kind of turn to my choices here. Sweet and satisfying. Well, when you read a lot of thrillers, sweet and satisfying isn't normally on your radar. But I have been reading, a little bit more like less thrillers, especially during this holiday season. I haven't really finished some of my holiday reads quite yet to this point. But let's just see here. I'm trying to think. I want to give you something that is a little bit more recent. Gosh, I really haven't finished anything yet, which is really sad now that I think about it. Short and sweet. Sweet and satisfying. I really I don't know. You know what? I'm going to come out and say I don't really have an answer for this one, but I think a lot of the books from the Amazon, the Mistletoe collection, I think those are going to fall into this category. So a little bit of a cheating thing because I haven't finished any of them yet, but yeah. But this is making me realize I really haven't finished like any books in December because I keep hopping around to all of these little places, and it is December 16th. So, oops. Okay. This is what happens when I've been watching too much BookTube content and filming a lot of BookTube content, but it means nothing is getting finished and read. All right, number 10, presents. What book do you wish you could give everyone to read? Well, the women, obviously. But The House in the Cerulean Sea, that was certainly another one. What else lately? I've been suggesting If You Tell by Greg Olson a lot lately. Now, that is nonfiction, and it is a very, very hard nonfiction to read. But it was really powerful. So, that was another one. And I have been talking a lot about The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros, because for a contemporary romance book to hit me that hard was kind of shocking. And so I think I have been recommending that one a lot too. So there's those ones. All right, and question number 11, spreading the festive cheer. Tag some friends to help spread the festive bookish love. So I tag anybody that would love to do this bookish tag. I mean, I know I mentioned Lori from Books, Ink, and Paper because she loves a good bookish themed video. I know that my friend Jen over at the Bookish Blonde is always looking for some bookish content at this point in the year, so I don't know if she needs any more Bookmas content, but she would be a good one to tag as well. But any of you that have channels or are just interested in doing this, consider yourself tagged. They're just fun questions to look at, and clearly I like to do these on the fly, so if you're interested, consider yourself tagged. So as always, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.